Protest trucks sent to HYBE after Heeseung's departure. But is it pointless? Alright, so something pretty shocking has been happening in the K-pop world recently. And if you've been anywhere near social media, you've probably already seen the headlines. Fans have reportedly sent protest trucks to HYBE in an attempt to bring ENHYPEN Heeseung back after the news of his departure from the group. And yeah, the situation has definitely left a lot of people confused. Because when a member leaves a group, especially a group as big as ENHYPEN, it usually sends the entire fandom into a bit of emotional chaos, which is exactly what seems to be happening right now. So let's rewind for a second. When the news broke that Heeseung would be leaving ENHYPEN, fans were understandably shocked. For a lot of people, it felt completely unexpected. Even casual listeners who might not follow every update from the group were surprised by the announcement. Because ENHYPEN has always had a really strong group dynamic, and Heeseung has been such a key part of that since the beginning. So naturally, fans started reacting in different ways. Some people expressed their sadness online. Others started speculating about what might have happened behind the scenes. And then, some fans decided to take things a step further. Earlier today, multiple protest trucks were reportedly seen parked in front of the HYBE building. Now, if you're new to the K-pop world, this might sound kind of strange, but in the K-pop industry, protest trucks are actually a fairly common way for fans to send messages to entertainment companies. These trucks usually drive around company buildings displaying large LED screens with messages criticizing management decisions or demanding changes. Sometimes they're used to protest mistreatment of idols. Other times they're sent to demand better promotions for a group. And occasionally, they're used in situations like this, where fans are essentially saying, "Please bring our favorite idol back." Now emotionally, you can understand why fans might want to do that, but not everyone thinks this particular protest makes sense. After photos of the trucks started circulating online, K-netizens quickly began sharing their opinions. And let's just say, many of them were not exactly supportive of the idea. One person commented that after standing K-pop for years, they've always felt protest. Trucks are a complete waste of money that rarely have any real influence on company decisions. Another pointed out something that a lot of people seem to be thinking. If Heeseung himself chose to leave the group, then what exactly is the goal of the protest? Because you can't really force someone to come back to a group they decided to leave. Another comment said, "His departure has already been announced. How are you going to bring him back?" Which, when you say it like that, it does raise a fair question. Some people also mentioned that Heeseung reportedly wants to focus on a solo career, which would make the whole bring him back demand even more complicated. And others were simply confused, asking, if he left on his own, what's the point of protesting? Now, to be fair, situations like this are always emotionally charged. When a member leaves a group, especially one that fans have supported for years, it can feel like losing a piece of something important. So reactions are rarely calm or perfectly logical. Sometimes people act out of pure emotion, and sending a protest truck might feel like doing something, even if it may not actually change the outcome. Although, I will say this, those trucks are not cheap, so hopefully whoever organized them at least got a bulk discount. Now here's my personal take on the situation. Honestly, the whole thing was pretty shocking for me too. I wouldn't really call myself a full ENHYPEN stan, but I am definitely a casual listener, and I've always really liked the group's dynamic. So hearing that Heeseung left the group was honestly pretty sad. It just feels like one of those moments where you sit there thinking, wait, what happened? But at the same time, I think there are two possibilities here. If Heeseung truly decided to leave on his own, then fans should probably respect that decision. Being in an idol group is incredibly demanding, and if he feels that going solo is the right path for him, then that's his choice. But if, and this is purely speculation, he was forced out or pushed out of the group, then that would obviously be really unfortunate for everyone involved. For him, for the group, and for the fans. And that's why situations like this tend to create so much tension, because fans don't always have the full story. At the end of the day, everyone involved is probably still processing the situation. The fans are shocked, the group is likely adjusting, and Heeseung himself is probably going through a major life change. So hopefully things eventually become clearer, and the situation can be sorted out in a way that's best for everyone. But now I want to hear what you think. Do you think sending protest trucks to HYBE is a reasonable way for fans to show their feelings? Or do you think it's ultimately pointless if the decision came from Heeseung himself? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.